What's up, you guys? My name is Kaiser, and today I will be bringing you guys another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And I will be using the same team as I did in the last video. It's going to be a UU team with Ambipom, Heliolisk, Chestnut, Metagross, Clawitzer, and Arcanine, while he's going to be bringing a more OU/UU oriented team with Starmie, Manectric, Infernape, good lord, I can't even remember what these names are, Bronzong, the stupid dragon thing, Dortmund, it's called Haxorus, there you go, and his Aegislash. Now, I'm going to be leading off my Ambipom since I do carry the U-turn for Scouting Switch Initiative, so let's go ahead and get this thing started. So as you can see, I'll be leading off with my Palm U, while he's going to be leading off with Patrick Star. Now, I think he was bringing the U-turn here, so he decides to go switch out into his Aegislash, and he was right in predicting the U-turn, but that just gives me Switch Initiative right here, so I get the U-turn off. And I go into my Arcanine here. I really only switched to my Arcanine to get the Intimidate, plus he's a Fire type, so I guess he can really take anything that Aegislash carries. Now I go with the obvious Flare Blitz, which he easily predicts with his King Shield, and that brings me down to -2. Now, I mean, I didn't really care that I went down to -2, I was just more worried about making sure that his attack was going to be a little bit lower. So now I go into my physical wall, which is going to be my Chestnut, and I go for the Leech Seed so I can guarantee I'm going to be taking some health from him over time. Now I go for Seed Bomb here, does like next to nothing, probably about the same amount as his Seed Bomb. And here he goes into his Blade form after getting 2 Swords Dances up, so he's at +3, and he goes for an Iron Hand. But that actually does just barely over half. And with the leftovers plus Synthesis, well, Future Synthesis, plus Leech Seed Recovery, he's not going to be able to 2-hit KO me, or actually KO me, so he has no choice but to switch out here. He goes into Lego, which is going to be his Manectric. So here I do go for the Synthesis, as I just said earlier, and I get my health back. Now, fearing a Flamethrower from the obvious Mega Manectric, I go into my Clawitzer, who I know can take anything, but instead he actually goes for the Overheat. As you're going to be seeing in a few seconds, there it is. He goes for the Overheat, and since I'm a Assault Vest Clawitzer, I can obviously take that easily. It only does like 30 damage. So now that he's at -2, I don't really care about taking any electric attack he has since I'm Assault Vest, max HP. So he switches out with a Volt Switch and goes into his Aegislash, while I just go straight for the Water Pulse here. And he brings in his Aegislash. So predicting the Shadow Sneak here just for the last ditch damage, I go into my Frills, my Heliolisk, who's obviously not going to be taking any damage from that Shadow Sneak. Now since he goes into his Shield form, not sure why, there's really no point in doing anything here. He should have probably switched down to something, but I mean, I guess he knew it was the Volt Switch is coming, so I do get the Volt Switch off, he does die, and I go into my Palm U, and he goes into his Lego. So now, knowing that I can survive a Thunderbolt from this thing, I go straight for the Banded Double Hit, and even at -1, it actually does a nice bit of damage to this guy. Now I don't really want to sacrifice my Palm U just yet, so I have to go into my Chestnut, who can easily tank a Thunderbolt. And now here comes the hard part. I wasn't sure whether I was going to take this Flamethrower, and I just kind of wanted to sacrifice him so I can get Switch Initiative. But I actually do survive it, and I do get the kill with the Seed Bomb. So Chestnut does some pretty decent work in this battle, as you can see. So get a little bit more lefties recovery, and here he switches out into his Patrick Star. And at this point, I definitely don't want anything to take us Ice Psychic or an Ice Beam, so I just let Chestnut die here. Now I go into my Frills, which is going to be my Heliolisk. Now I don't think he was predicting to be Scarf, so I go straight for Volt Switch, and it easily takes out that Patrick. I think if he had known that I was Scarfed, he probably would have gone to his Bronzong and done something a little more about it. Now I go to my Clawitzer, and he strings out his Infernape. I don't really want anything taking close combat, so I just go ahead and let Clawitzer die here, since he really doesn't serve much purpose in this battle anymore. I mean, he could deal with the Bronzong, but I do have other means of taking it out. So here I go into Frills, my Heliolisk, and he knows now that I'm Scarf, so he has to switch out, and he goes into his Artifact, which is going to be his Bronzong. So I get the Volt Switch off, and I go into my Arcanine, who I know can easily KO the Bronzong after the, what's it called, Volt Switch damage. So he gets a little lefties recovery, but it's obviously not going to matter, as this Flare Blitz is easily going to take out the Bronzong. So down goes the Bronzo, and I take a little bit of Life Orb and Flare Blitz recoil. So now he goes into his T-Rex, which is going to be his Haxorus, and I do carry the close combat obviously, so I just go straight for that. And it does more than half, which is more than enough for any one of my Pokemon to come back in and revenge kill it. So he goes for the D-Dance, and he's easily going to KO my Arcanine with an Earthquake, so down goes my Arcanine, no big deal, because I do have a Rockman XA, which is going to be my Metagross, and he actually carries the Bullet Punch. So down goes the down goes the Haxorus, down to a priority Bullet Punch, and now he has his Infernape Blast. I know I can really take anything that he has because I'm Assault Vested, and even if he went for a Flare Blitz and killed me, I could have gone into my Frills or my... Oh, who do I have left? Frills or my Ambipom to take out that... I don't even know what things are called. Infernape. So, good game, Mohammed. Yeah. So if you guys like the battle and you want more battles like this, especially Yu, because that's my favorite tier at the moment, go ahead and subscribe, and I will promise to bring you guys more. Thumbs up if you like the video, and comment, and do whatever the freak you guys do.